Shabbat Shalom. Good morning. This week we read from the Torah, Parashat Vayikra. Vayikra is the name of the book of Leviticus in Hebrew. It means, and God called. God calls to Moses. The book of Leviticus is full of descriptions of sacrifices. The Israelites are required to bring these sacrifices. Animals, the best of their sheep and their flocks and their herds, as well as grains and fruits and wine, the best of everything. They're required to bring. However, oddly, in the third verse of the Torah portion, we're told that the person should bring it willingly. So how could it be that there's both an obligation and a sense of willingness to give? So, writing in the Musar Torah commentary, Rabbi David Jaffe tells us that the ancient rabbis, in this case Rashi, resolved that problem this way. They, the Beit Din, or the court, must put pressure upon the one who's bringing the sacrifices to bring it, as if that person is remiss in bringing the sacrifice that was promised. One might think that this means that they shall force the person to bring the sacrifice against their will. The Torah, however, states that the person must bring it so that it should be favorably accepted for him as a willing gift. How can he be willing if he's forced? The Rashi says the Beit Din, the court, presses him until he says, I wish to do it. That doesn't sound all that willing, does it? What happened here, Rabbi Jaffe writes? A person desired to draw close to God through a sacrifice, perhaps as a sign of gratitude. They generously committed to offer a cow, a sheep, or other animal. However, some time passed and they didn't fulfill their pledge. At this point, their free will act has obligated them to follow through. So the person started off saying, I want to do it, and they didn't follow through. But they have to follow through, just like a pledge to charity. The Jewish court has license to compel them to fulfill their pledge. Now we're in the realm of obligation. Still, this offering must have a quality of ratzon, of desire, of favor, which is associated with desiring to give out of free will. For the gift to be favorable to God, its receiver, it needs to be given out of a desire to give, not out of compulsion. The Beit Din, the court, is charged with the difficult task of working with the giver until they realize that they actually desire to give it. This same interplay of responsibility and open-hearted giving is a feature of many healthy human relationships. We who are in relationship with each other want to do things with each other and for the people that we love. Sometimes, though, we also have obligations to the people that we love. Often, we have obligations to our family and friends. So how do we resolve and, in fact, feel about a situation where we want to be kind and at the same time, we must do nice things or the right thing? Ideally, Rabbi Jaffe writes, a good relationship is built on both a sense of obligation that binds you to the other person and the free will to want to be in the relationship and get closer with each interaction. We can apply the same principle to friends and to more intimate relationships with our partners, children, and parents. I would add that we find ourselves right now in a situation in which we are required to remain distant physically from one another. None of us particularly wants to do that. And yet each of us, I hope, has pledged to do that. And when we're tempted to come physically close to people outside of our homes, we may need to be reminded that what we want to do is to stay healthy and to stay safe and to keep our community healthy and safe. So let our obligation also be our desire. And now I'll read from the book of Leviticus, chapter 1, verses 1 through 3. Baruch hu et Adonai HaMvorach, Baruch Adonai HaMvorach le'olam va'ed, Baruch Adonai HaMvorach le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Vayikra el Moshe, Vayidaber Adonai elav. And Adonai called to Moses and spoke to him, Me'ohel Moed, from the tent of meeting, Lemor, saying, Daber el bnei Yisrael v'amart alehem, speak to the children of Israel and say to them, Adam ki yakriv mikem korban l'Adonai, min habhema, min habakar, umin hatzon, takrivu et korbanchem, im ola korbano, min habakar, zachar tamim, akrivenu, el petach ohel moed, yakriv oto, lirtzono, livnei Adonai. So, God said that a person who wishes to bring an offering to draw close to Adonai from any of the beasts, from the cattle, or from the flocks, shall bring their offering, and if it is a burnt offering, it should come from the herds. In other words, it should be cattle. A perfect male without blemish shall be brought to the entrance of the tent of meeting, that the donor should bring it willingly before Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Please join me in saying Amen. Shabbat Shalom.